Okay, hello YouTube. Thanks for watching. So in this video, I'm going to do some updates. I've just returned back from the UK, having spent 2 wonderful weeks over there, and I want to talk about, just from the fact that I've been very focused on my mother. I've been focused on my, simply my trip back in the UK. In spite of that, my business has been doing well, and it's great to be able to go and do these things. And that's what we're here to do. That's why we're doing this. This is exactly my reason why I am running an online business. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in this video because everyone needs to have a reason why. And, you need to be broadcasting that. People always talk about what scripts to use, what done for you funnels to use. But that's not really the way to build a business. You need to figure out your story. Okay, and nobody can give you a script for that. That's your script. That's what you need to be saying. Don't ask me for, what should I be saying? What's a good script or whatever. I build a story. A lot of people know my story, and I've been living here in Japan for the longest time. I love it here in Asia. I've spent 23 years in Japan, and before that, I was in about 5 years in Hong Kong. I spent most of my adult life in Asia. I love it here, and now I don't work. I don't have a job. This is what I do full time. Okay, and I've been in and out of doing some jobs here in Japan, but now I've completely stopped that. So this is what I do. All right, and the reason why I do this is simply because for the longest time I've been trying to figure out, because my parents based in the UK, they're getting old. My father passed away towards the end of last year, and I realized, it suddenly hit me, I haven't been able to spend quality time with my family, and it's amazing how things just suddenly run away with you, and you can't keep up with it. And I'm not going to let that happen with my mother. My mother is already very frail. She's enjoying her life in her nursing home. That's where she stays, and she's enjoying that. She has probably a better social life than I do. But honestly, guys, you really have to hurry up and build your dreams, because I didn't want to make the same mistake with my mother and just let time run away with itself and just not have that quality time in the last years of my mother's life. So I want to be able to get to a position where I can go back whenever I choose, freedom of choice. Okay, and you can't get to that point without some sort of vehicle, financial freedom, because a job, although you might be earning a good money with your job, whether you do or you don't, whatever, but the point is, a job usually requires people to stay put, wherever they're based. And I don't know, for example, if I'm based in Japan and I've got a job here, I'm not going to be able to get back to the UK very easily. All right. But now that I run my business online, and all I need is an internet connection, a laptop, or even a phone. I mean, most of the time I did take my laptop with me back in the UK for the last 2 weeks, but most of the time I was on the move, and all I really needed was my mobile phone, and that was just easy. So in the last 2 weeks, okay, I'll just go over. So here are my statistics. Okay, so in the last 2 weeks, I went to the UK on the 12th of Monday the 12th. Okay, down here. So while I was on the flight, okay, I had a sign up. Okay, I had to sign up into my LiveGood business. Okay, I'm not talking about free tour takers. A lot of people like to broadcast how many free tour takers they're taking, and expect to get a lot of, wow, that's fantastic, or whatever. I'm talking about, this is business, guys. If you're not getting upgrades, and don't get me wrong, if it's great to get free tour takers, okay, that's great, but they don't pay the bills. And you've got to be getting the free tour takers, obviously, because that's the process. That's the process that you get to converting them into upgrades. But you've got to be relentless. Okay, and people ask me, what lead source are you using? Guys, it's not just about lead sources. Yes, I mix that in, but you've got to do a number of things. You've got to be really active on social media. You've got to be willing to go into people's inboxes. You've got to be willing to network with people. You've got to be willing to expand and broaden your reach with, in terms of getting new people to communicate with. That's what it's all about. That's why I do leads. Okay, that's why I do lead generation, because it's expanding my chances of bringing more people closer to me so that I can get into a conversation with them. That's my whole end goal. People are completely misunderstanding. They think that the whole lead source is all about getting signups. No, it's not. Yes, that's the end goal. No, lead sources are all about generating the leads so that you can build up a relationship and have an opportunity so that you can start a conversation with them. Okay, if you're spending a lot of money on leads and you're moaning that you can't get signups, that's exactly why. Congratulations. That was the whole, obviously the lead source has done their job, but because you didn't, follow up with these people, because you didn't get into a position where you could have a conversation with people, you wasted your money. And no matter how good the lead source is, because people always like to write off a lead source because they think that, well, I didn't get a sign up from that lead source I paid for, so that lead source is crap. That's what people go on about, and it's crazy because they're wasting their money and they're bitching about these lead sources because they thought that they expected the lead source to do a lot more work than it was ever meant to be able to do. So you spend money to get leads, and therefore in order to make it worth your while, you need to then have a whole game plan, a whole funnel in place, and that funnel is not to necessarily automate the whole process. It's the whole point is to narrow down the people who are potentially serious, and you never know who's going to be serious. It could happen within days, it could happen within weeks, it could happen within months, and you may not be able to track the whole process because it can. I've had people on my leads list that have been on there for years, and I have no idea where they came in, but I know for sure that they would have come in from a leads source of some sort. But because it took years for some of those people to actually suddenly wake up and take action with what I'm doing, it's not always so easy to track everything because it can take time. So don't always just write off a lead source thinking that it's crap because you just simply didn't get a sign up. Anyway, so as you can see, all right, I get a lot of this process with the website hits. Yes, that's automated. And a lot of the process when I get eventually I can get some pre-enrollees. Most of this part is automated, but this part, getting pre-enrollees into upgrades, you might get some automation there. You might get people who are suddenly saying, okay, I like the look of this. They're getting the automation from the company itself. They're getting the automated order responder from me. And sometimes you will get signups. But you need to be in there somewhere. You need to be willing to follow up. You need to be willing to, search them out on social media, try and connect with them, send them a friend request if you can. And that's going to greaten your chances of getting these upgrades. So, when I went back to the UK on the 12th, yes, I got a sign up there, and it was a few days. I didn't get any signups, and I got another sign up there. And then, things started to really go boom. Most of these people, actually, these 4 people came in from Facebook, because I keep pushing it on Facebook. I'm getting my posts out there. I'm uploading content. I'm doing videos, and I keep that going. I'm networking with people. So, I know that these people came in via Facebook. Okay, and then I didn't have a sign up on that day. Had a sign up on this day. I didn't have a sign up on the next day, but I did have a sign up here and then another sign up here. Guys, when I got off the plane yesterday, I got a sign up. Okay, I switched on my Wi-Fi when I got into Heathrow Airport, and I saw that I had a sign up. Okay, and these people come in. I woke up this morning, I get a sign up. That's the way it often works. Because of the work that I'm putting in. All right, so you've got to put the work in. You've got to be relentless, and you've got to keep going. So, guys, here I am. I'm on the leaderboard, and I keep this going. I just like to keep my business going. Yes, I've got a big downline, and I've got over 50,000 people. In fact, I've got about 52,000 people in my entire team. Okay, because I've managed to bring in some leaders that take things. That's the beauty of network marketing, is that it's not all down to you. So here I am on number 5 on the leaderboard. I've I've personally sponsored 287 people. Okay, and you never know out of those people that you bring in who's really going to get to work. Okay, but you just keep going, because all of a sudden you're going to potentially get someone who's just going to absolutely hammer it. Okay, and then just going to go for it, go all in. And I had some people like that, because it's a numbers game. You just got to run the numbers. And I had some people who started to build it big, And we got Jeff Amon here, who's in my personal. He's personally under me, and I'm very, very grateful. I'm blessed that he's in my team. And this person here on number 3, he's also in my downline. Okay, and we've got Rob 4, who's also in my downline. So and then there are a whole bunch of people in my downline. We've got a big team in India, we've got a big team in Korea, we've got a big team in the United States, we've got a big team in Europe, and a big team in Asia. We've got a very big team coming up in Asia, in here in Japan and the Philippines, and some really, really exciting things are happening. But it would never have happened if I just kept quiet about this. Far too many people are just keeping quiet about the business that they're in. It just doesn't make sense to me. If you're in business and you've got your hands on $1 million business, what are you going to do? If you're going to open up a restaurant, if you're going to open up a shop, you're not going to keep quiet about it, because if nobody's going to find and has no idea that you're in business, you're not going to get any people coming on board with you. So you've just got to get to work. You've got to get out there. And, when people moan that they haven't got signups or whatever, and then the first thing I do is I look on their timeline to see what they're doing. They haven't even put out a post about, LiveGood, or they haven't put a post about anything about business or whatever. And they're almost dead online. They haven't got a profile picture, or some people don't even know the name of the company. They've said, "Oh, I've been in Good Life for," they actually say, like, "I've been in Good Life for 2 months and I haven't got any signups." Well, try and get the name of the company correct first, and then maybe things might start to turn around for you. You've got to know what company you're representing. You've got to promote it correctly. So, guys, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what kind of efforts you've put in. You need to put more efforts. You've got to run the numbers. It's a numbers game, and nobody's going to listen to your moaning, no matter what efforts you put in. And hats off to you guys. Some of you put in a huge amount of effort and still not getting a lot of traction at the moment. But, compare this to a lot of other things. There's some serious struggle. I think in your own mind that you haven't put quite enough effort in. And it just takes a little bit more effort. No matter what kind of effort you've already put in, it takes more effort. All right. It is as simple as that. But I think, the problem with it, a lot of people see that there's a lot of shiny objects out there. They think there's an easier option if they go this route. The grass is always greener over here. So they choose this other business because they think it's easier. And then they realize that they can't get away from the fact you've got to put in, guys, you've got to put in the work. No matter what business you're involved in, you've got to put in the work. You might get a business that seems easy, but sometimes you run the risk that particular company isn't going to be around a couple of months down the road, or they're not going to be around 6 months down the road, or whatever. And there are a lot of scams out there. There are a lot of things. I mean, guys, this company has the huge potential of being around for the next 10, 15, 20 years and beyond. Okay, and obviously none of us have a crystal ball. But, yes, there's the struggle, all right? But it's so worth it. It really is so worth it, all right? You're going to grow inside you. You're building character. You're building that momentum, and it's happening. And suddenly, things are going to bite. But, it doesn't necessarily get easier, but you build up that skill set, okay? And you get better at what you do. Okay, so keep going, keep hammering away, guys. Now let's have another look at the stats, because I just want to talk. Hold on a minute, sorry. I just want to talk about one more thing. So let's have a look at these source statistics. Now I do get a lot of people coming in from Facebook. Okay, so let's have a look at the. So let's go down here. Let's have a look at Facebook. Okay, so obviously YouTube, for me, is also very good. Okay, YouTube. Okay. Just look across, you can see, the signups for these various platforms. Okay, so 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 this came from a Facebook post. Okay, so we got 2 signups there on a Facebook post. Okay, we got another 3 signups there from Facebook. Another one sign up there from Facebook. Another sign up there from Facebook. Got to sign up from my blog. So we've got more going on. Okay, that's for a sign up from Facebook. Another one from Facebook. Another one from Facebook. Another one from Facebook. So, you know, as you can see, guys, I'm not going to go through everything, okay? But you can see that, you know, I do a lot of different things. I'm mixing a lot of things in. Don't think that there's going to be just one magic sauce and all you have to do is just simply sit back and let that sauce do its thing. You know, there's no magic button thinking that there's one sauce that's going to, you know, miraculously put you at the top of the leaderboard or just miraculously get you to bronze, silver, gold, whatever. All right, you have to mix it all in. I mean, you just, you know, you've got to be on social media. You've got to keep going. In my opinion, you really do have to be on, you know, YouTube, to be honest. I mean, why not? You know, people say, oh, well, I'm not a YouTube person. I don't want to show my face or whatever. You don't necessarily have to show your face. But guys, you know, back in the day when network marketing was sort of old school, you know, all we had was the telephone. You know, you couldn't turn around to your sponsor and say, well, I'm not a telephone kind of guy. You know, I don't like talking on the telephone. Nobody likes talking on the telephone, but that's all we had. And if you weren't going to use the telephone, you were out of business because that's all we had. Now, you know, we do have YouTube, we have Facebook, we have these various free platforms that you can start today and, you know, start to build up that traction. And I don't care if you've been doing this for months and months and still haven't gotten anything, because that's the way we all started. You know, I did start a YouTube channel back in 2015 and back then nothing was happening. Okay. But now it's happening because I was consistent. So guys, you just got to keep going. And then you can tell your story, you know, 5-6 months down the road, you can tell people it, you know, as a leader, I kept this going for, you know, many months and nothing was happening and I struggled and blah, blah, blah. But then, you know, you kept going. You know, that's when people are going to start to respect you and start to follow you, because, you know, if you keep at it and you keep going, people are going to, you know, start to respect you. Okay. So, you know, open up your own Facebook groups, start to be the leader. Okay, bring people into your own groups, okay, and you know, upload YouTube videos and build out some value. So get people on board and be the leader. Okay, so there's so much you could do. All right, and anyway, I look forward to working with you guys. Get on the link below. Let's get you started, and you know, we've got some exciting things coming. Some new product lines that they've announced already, which is really, really exciting. And a lot of new things, you know, like the new compensation plan video and other things. So get on board now and get positioned, and I look forward to working with you. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you on the inside. Okay, bye for now.